you just jealous? Are 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 you just jealous? Cause we're the BG boys. Yeah. Are you just jealous? 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 Cause we're the BG boys.
Oh yeah. What up, what up?
Hello there.
What's going on? You're probably wondering, why is this dude wearing this weird cloak thing? So I got reasons and a purpose. So the last time you heard from us was like, what, Halloween?
Yep, Halloween time.
All right,
Spookiest
so
time of the year.
yeah, we did that spooky video podcast, and now we're doing the update after the new year. So everyone, I hope, had a great holiday.
Yeah.
And
remembering to write 19 if it's the date now.
Yeah,
that's always the worst.
It takes a couple of weeks usually, but I don't know. I jumped into it pretty good this year. I
Yeah.
just like.
I feel like I've been
2019,
talking about
like
it.
I was ready.
Yeah, I've been waiting. Like, all right, I got this.
Yeah, well,
took 30-something years, but we're
right. It's college education is what it takes. So anyway, why am I wearing this cloak? Because over the holiday break, I laid a good friend of mine to rest, and his name is Xbox One S. It came in this lovely box over here that Sean's showing you, and it seems silly, but bear with me. We're gonna do a eulogy because I traded this guy in to get an additional PS4 for my son to play with in the downstairs, and we have one upstairs here. So why did I do that? Well, you just listen and find out, okay, guys? Okay, we're gathered here today to pay our respects to my Xbox One S. Your life was short-lived. So short-lived. I traded you in not because you have failed me, but because your creators have failed you.
Shame.
Damn shame. You died not of broken parts, but of a broken heart.
Oh, me too. Dying now.
We will miss you for your full 4K capabilities. We will miss you for your beautifully designed controllers.
It's so perfect.
Oh, and we will miss you for your aesthetically pleasing Xbox One sound and load-up screen. But alas, it was not your lack of exclusive games that did you in. But it was your lack of exclusive games that did you in.
Fair enough.
We have been with your company for over 15 years, and we will no longer be paying for your Xbox Live experience.
No longer.
No longer. Your competition was too great, too stiff, and too wonderful. Oh my god, I'm getting choked up. Your competition's equally awesome controllers and vast library of playable import games and exclusives have done you in, my friend. We hope that your successors are smart enough to fix the issues of your troubled past. And we wish that one day we may rejoin your ranks and enjoy your games for hours on end like we used to. Until that day, we will allow you to rest in peace. Ripper.
Ripper indeed.
Ripper to the
beautiful.
Xbox One S.
That's beautiful, man.
So yeah, Ripper to Xbox One S. I traded in all my games, all my accessories, and whatever the store would basically take from me as money to put towards a brand new Black Friday
I can look at none of this.
PS4, man, with HDR. I got another Slim, but I got another surprise coming, and we'll get to that later in the podcast. I just get rid of my
Ceremonial robe, yeah.
my fleecy robe,
This, take care
and
of
just
this. Yeah.
do
all
the
the
final
finest.
bidding
Yep.
on this guy. Oh yeah, feels good.
In the
Feels good,
trash.
but at the same time,
the
it's so
trash.
sad because I had Xbox for like literally 15, maybe like whatever it's been, like
Since the
15,
360. Well, I
17
mean,
years.
it's the original one also, but the 360 I think was.
Well,
really
yeah.
good.
I mean, if you count the original Xbox, I had that, and the reason for my switch originally from PS1 and 2 to Xbox was because of faulty product, man. Because
Yeah, you had really bad luck with your PS2 specifically. I feel like the PlayStation wasn't as bad because it was like the like initial console. Like I think you even had the Sega. What was the other one? The Saturn, which you had given up. Which because that one I feel like you had way
That
more
was
issues
cool
with
though.
that
I
one.
mean, the thing with that is it died a untimely death this Saturn. I
Hmm.
felt like it had such 2D potential, but they were really pushing the 3D. That was the real beginning of
Yeah.
3D gaming in general, and it just didn't have the power to handle it. But going back to it, my switch from PlayStation to Xbox was because of faulty stuff. I used to have controllers that would literally electrocute me.
Mm.
I don't know why that is. I don't know if it was because I had carpet and I would get like zapped,
I feel
because
like
of the
they
static
were
electricity.
the original nickel and diming also. Like remember you had to buy like that broadband extension for the PS2. The 360, you had it like right in the thing, just plug
Yeah.
the Ethernet in. Like there was really good reasons for that upgrade. And the PS3, I think it was like the opposite of this problem. The PS3 wasn't really getting too many exclusives, whereas 360 like went
A
hard,
ton,
had
man.
so many good titles coming out.
So many, dude. So many good ones.
Mm.
I'm not going to go through the list, but anyway, the PS2, the DualShock 2 controllers had this bad issue where how did most people store their controllers? You'd take the controller, you took the wire,
Wrap it up. Yeah.
wrapped it up real tight, and you stored it wherever you stored it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is apparently not the way to store it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take the end of the wire, wrap it around itself, and have like the loop, but not wrap around the controller. You just have
Yeah.
a loop.
Like separate
And
from
maybe
the
rubber
controller.
band it, you twist tie it, whatever the story is. But that's how you're supposed to wrap, for you retro
The
heads,
wired controllers.
that's how
yeah.
you're supposed to wrap the retro DualShock 2 controllers. It's retro now, but
I feel like any wired controller probably should be done that way because it's like that tear from
Exactly.
coming out of the controller.
Exactly right, and that's how I do all the controllers now after I've electrocuted myself so many
Yeah.
times, and I've
And I
been
have a
through how
million
many
zip ties.
PS2s.
I just have them all around. Just
I think I
that's
had
what
like
usually
2 or
do.
3 fat PS2s, and I had 2 or 3 slim PS2s because they
Mm.
would both break too, and I was just so fed up from spending so much money on the
You went
PS2
through
that
quite a
we
lot.
switched that
Mhm.
we switched officially to Xbox for years. And I'm not opposed to ever picking up another Xbox, but for me right now with the library of PS4 games that I have versus
Yeah.
what I had for the Xbox One that is, I just made sense to trade in my stuff, and I
Mhm.
basically got a free PS4 out of it. So it worked for me, and hopefully the little wrapping of the wire trick will work for you guys. But next thing we want to do is talk about the new pickups we've gotten over the holiday, and
Yeah, because I think right afterwards, Thanksgiving came around, Black Friday, then Christmas, and the after Christmas sales
Black
and all
Friday
that. You get a lot of
was pretty
stuff.
lit this year. I did okay. I got the PS4. I picked up a few games cheaply that were on sale that I didn't have in my library, and I was
Hmm.
happy with that.
I think
What did you pick up?
we both picked up the was it Horizon Zero Dawn?
We did for $10. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
because I owned it originally. Like I was playing that, and unfortunately, Zelda came out for the Switch, or the Switch and Zelda, I should say, had
Mhm.
come out. And that game, I would like to go back. So now I have I guess it was the Frozen Wasteland expansion
Yep.
comes with it. So
Yeah, the complete game with all the DLC
Mhm.
on the disc.
So I'd gotten that, and I also picked up LA Noir for the Switch, which I had played
LA
a while
Noir.
back. Yeah, it was. I mean, it's old Rockstar game with the.
I didn't play it when it first came out.
It
though.
was strange, dude, because you're like trying to like read these like computer facial interactions, and it's like you're just a cop, and like they changed it. I think it used to be like believe or deny or whatever. Now they made it like good cop, bad cop, so it's like really black and white because you're pretty much just like you're lying, man. It just like goes
Liar.
right into it, and you're like, this is unnecessary. I feel like you could just tell her, I don't believe you. But no, he has to go. Like, you're either going like, hey, okay, how are you doing? Your husband died. I'm really sorry. Or, it was you who killed him.
So sorry.
This
so sorry.
is really too contrasting. But
Well, wait, you got it for the Switch?
for the Switch, yeah.
You got a good deal on it, right? I thought you
Yeah,
told
and
me.
like the controls for the Switch, they have like the motion. I turn those off. It's a little bizarre trying to drive around with that. I'm used to like the normal.
Did it feel like Max Payne a little bit?
No, not really. It's not like it's
Not the controls, but like the vibe of the game. Is it like?
No, it's not. It's like it reminds me of remember the movie Hollywoodland? Right? Is that no
Yeah,
no no
yeah, yeah.
no no? I'm sorry, not Hollywoodland. L.A. Confidential. L.A.
Of course- well,
Confidential. Yeah.
I thought you meant what was that film with was it Sylvester Stallone?
Oh, Copland?
Yeah. That's what I thought you meant. That's what I thought you meant.
No. This is like the old time where like
Hollywoodland.
the LAPD was like coming
LA
up.
Confidential, Hollywood Land.
Yeah, that I mean, yeah, no, two different movies. L.A. Confidential is like I feel like the movie takes place with the game. Like it's
Okay.
coincide. Like they even have like an Irish police chief kind of thing, like just talking boyo. So
Boyo.
it was good. I'm enjoying what they have, but it's kind of like one of those things you need to take it with a grain of salt because you're doing these like it's like he's like scribbling in his notepad and you're like
Okay.
reviewing evidence and doing like those puzzles where it's like turning this thing and trying to fit the pieces in, or you're picking up things like is this evidence? Ah, nope, just some beer bottles. So they throw all these stupid things that you're wasting your time, but it's been
Like little
okay.
musings around
Yeah,
the game.
but what I did pick up on actually on the store on the Switch was a game called Dead Cells and
Dead
Salt and
Cells I heard
Sanctuary.
was sick, dude.
Dead Cells is fantastic. It's I guess they call Metrovanias sort of deals,
Metroidvania, yeah.
but I think they also have been hearing them called like rogue games where you're just running around killing a bunch of enemies, doing some platforming. But
yeah, I saw a few quick gameplay videos of it. It looked like a lot of fun, but
yeah, because you're
I didn't pick it
constantly
up.
dying. That's pretty much it. You're always trying to get further than you did the last time.
They got checkpoints. Is that the deal?
It's not even checkpoints. Like you start from the beginning every single time, and you're just
Wow,
going through. But
that's
like,
old school.
but when you do, you pretty much acquire like you get to a point where like you've completed a level, and then you like every enemy you've killed, you're getting cells from them. Like
Okay.
that's what, or I guess they call them cells.
Dead Cells.
Yeah, and you trade them in for like upgrades, or like you'll find blueprints around that. Like when you start the game, they'll give you 2 random blueprints that you've unlocked. So you like sometimes it'll be like a shield and like a bow or a weapon. So you find more things as you go along, and it's just a lot of. I can't really explain it. It sounds very simple, but the gameplay is fluid. All the weapons are cool, and I don't know everything I've felt about it. Like they have bosses, they have little enemies, tricks to them. You can actually speed run, so there's
Okay.
also that. And there's like certain doors that will open. Like if you completed like the first level within 2 minutes, you can like get in, and instead of like all the enemies that you would have killed, you open this door and you get like the equivalent almost of the cells like
Okay.
already. So
Okay.
it's like they don't like because if you're speed running, you're not getting all the cells you should be from killing enemies. But by speed running and opening up this door, it pretty much doesn't like give you any issues. So
Okay.
Salt and Sanctuary on the other hand, I've actually beaten twice because Dead Cells I've not
That's
gotten
an
all the way
independent,
through.
right? Like
I am not sure what this company is. I probably should have done a little more research with them because I don't know if they're an indie kind of title or if it's like a big company. But I've heard people call this the like a ripoff for Dark Souls kind
okay.
of thing. Just because when you play it, you understand. Like as you die in Dark Souls or even Bloodborne, you drop all of the blood or the souls that you've collected at that
Okay.
spot, or that enemy has them. Same thing with this. It's salt.
Like Soul
You're
Reaver?
acquiring salt as you play, and that's like the experience giver.
It's like
Or
Soul Reaver, but with salt instead of
yes,
souls.
and you make a character, and they have a bunch of different. And it's basically a huge skill tree that you have, so it's very RPG-ish in that
Okay.
sense. But I think the first time I played, I did like a warrior character, which is completely hard as hell.
What are
Probably
the
the
options?
hardest thing.
Break it down for me.
You could do like a quick rogue kind of person where you're just running around with daggers. Most people I feel like play these like I've seen like memes online where it's like you first start off, you get like your armor and this and that, and then like by the time you've played through a bunch, you're just running around with a weapon and naked. And that's pretty much what I've been doing on my like latest playthrough because you don't need any armor. You pretty much just try not to get hit at all.
Right.
And I'm like, this is the weird. I've never played games like that, but it's very fun. I started a mage character. I feel like magic is definitely the way to go.
Okay.
I've destroyed bosses. That I used to like have to like my first playthrough. I really trudged through, and this time I beat the game within
Just
like
mowed
half the
down?
time. Not even. Just
Well, I
'cause-
guess with a lot of these games, once you go through it a little bit, you sort of know what to expect.
yes, that is true, but just not having to go up close to get hit every time. You could just stand back and spam fireballs and lightning. It's like, okay, this is
Yeah.
simpler.
That's how a lot of games are with Magic. It's either overpowered or it's hard to find a game where Magic is well balanced, I feel like.
Depends.
I mean, Diablo is
Yeah.
very well balanced.
Because they'll up the like as the
Either
game
one,
goes
like,
on,
for
they'll
2,
usually up
3.
the resistance. I think to magic,
Okay.
so it becomes like almost just another kind of damage to do. But
All right, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I picked up a few games, but I want to go sort of off the grid with one of my pickups because it's not like the traditional fare of what we talk about. I picked up this game called The Hunter, Call of the Wild,
Hmm.
and it's the 2019 edition. I guess there was an older one from the year previous, but it's literally a hunting game, and you can drop in different. I don't want to say drop, but because everyone thinks of like the battle royale
Yeah,
games where you're literally
yeah.
dropping. You don't drop, but you're set in these different popular known hunting grounds in Europe and like different places in the world.
It's like Naked and Afraid. That just starts off. You're in
Not
this area.
not quite. It's like hunting like you would expect. You start with a rifle. You start with a couple things like a bird calls or animal
Hmm.
calls. You have
Basic supplies.
yeah, the basic supplies like the scent and stuff. You can
Okay.
lure animals in
Hmm.
and you're hunting
Is
animals.
this now these like the hunting games that you'd see in like bars when they used to have them? Remember they'd be like the like buckshot or whatever that is. Is it similar to that?
That's to me, duck hunt is more similar to that because you're just standing in the same place and you see animals just walking by the screen. This is more of like a tracking experience where you've played in Red Dead 2 when you
Yes.
track and hunt animals.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to that, only it's more of a dedication to a hunting game
Okay.
than Red Dead would be.
So it does a better job with the hunting,
I would
or
say so. It's
okay,
more involved and more a hunting sim
okay.
than Red Dead would be. But not that Red Dead so far from it, but either way, yeah, it's fun, man. It's funny because I don't know if you follow our Instagram or not, but if you do, you would see a post about this game that I
Yeah,
was,
I was surprised when you posted.
yeah,
It was just like, what is Adam up to right
yeah, and it's
now?
just funny
Playing
because
hunting.
the first deer that I killed, I happened to like the point of the game is to shoot the animals like true to life, where you want to shoot it in a certain spot to like drop the animal immediately. Otherwise, you're basically chasing an injured, wounded animal
Right, trying to
for
get a
who knows
clean
how
kill.
long. And you try to get a clean kill. You shoot him in the chest or wherever it is you shoot him, depending on the animal. But my first bag was a deer, and of course I shoot this thing right up the ass, and
Nice.
I had to hunt this thing down for
Rectal
quite a
death.
while, and it's funny because once
Anal
you,
bleeding. I
yeah,
was
it
following
was
his
bad.
anal bloody trail.
It was bad, man. But when I finally tracked the animal down and it was dead, you collect your trophy, and it shows you a little grid and like an X-ray of where you shoot the animal, and you see this like X-ray of well, they read out the part where you like where the bullet contacts, and this animal had like an you see the whole X-rayed animal, and you see this animal's ass, and the bullet go through the asshole. So to be blunt, and
That's great.
and you see like the broken up rear end of this animal, and I'm like, of course, this is what happens to me. And I was just like, oh my god, like I was just getting used to the game. But once I got the hang of it, I was shooting animals where they
Mm.
were supposed to be shot. But just another quick story with this game is I was tracking a deer, but I was in this spot for some reason where there was multiple deer, and you track the deer by feces and actual deer tracks
Wow.
and different things that would clue you in as to how recently the deer has been where you're at.
Mm.
So I'm tracking this deer, and then I notice two sets of tracks sort of intertwined together, and I'm following the tracks, and I'm just sitting and I'm sort of going in a circle a bit, and I'm like, wow, they must be real close. I didn't hear anything, I didn't see anything other than the tracks. And I'm just sitting there quietly, and I'm with a Brad, a buddy of mine, and we're just sitting there like, where are these damn deer? And all of a sudden, like right in front of my screen, the deer head goes like hello, like how you doing? Literally 2 feet, and the thing kicks me in the head and runs off, and I'm like, dude, like I'm the worst hunter in the world. Like I gotta retire this game immediately.
He was like creeping behind you the whole time, just like
Right?
as you're turning around.
I was like, who's hunting who here? Like, what the hell is going on? But
It was like
this
an
is,
episode of Bugs Bunny.
yeah, but I'm like, oh god, naturally this is what happens to me. But like, yeah, it was a great experience. I played more and more of it, and I enjoyed it. But like my jump off to the game, I was like, oh man, this is like stupid. Not
That
the
sounds
game's
great.
fault. It's just, of course, my luck.
Hmm.
But what else did you pick up? You were saying?
Well, actually, you got us Battlefront 2,
I did,
right?
yeah. I picked up one for him.
That
One
was a
of
cool story with that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Got a little
it worked
deal.
out great because it was advertised from a popular game store for $10, 9.99, and I was like, perfect, awesome. And it was the here, I'll show you guys, the Elite Trooper edition, right? Like the one that was originally like 79.99 or whatever it was when the game first came
Hmm.
out a year
Which
ago.
I think it was still reduced. Like it was like 35, 40, I think, if you were
No,
trying to get it normally.
it was reduced, but it was reduced to like 29.99 or
Right.
39.99.
Right. So
But
not
what the
$10.
store meant to do was sell the standard edition for the 9.99, but the Elite Trooper Deluxe edition was pictured, so they had to honor it. So
Yeah.
of course I was like, "Nope, you gotta honor it. This is false advertising, right?" So yeah, I got 2 copies for $10 a pop, and we loaded that up. We're gonna do some videos on that.
Definitely. Yeah. 'Cause,
I don't know if I'm gonna stream it yet. I'm definitely gonna do some videos for YouTube of some gameplay between me and Sean, and we'll
mhm.
see what kind of antics we can get into. Some cool notes about this game is I know they just started to add more characters as free DLC, sort of as like a makeup for everyone going nuts when they when when everybody found out that they were doing pay to
Oh
win
yeah,
kind of
dude,
things.
that was
They were doing loot crates, but it was like
outrageous.
pay to win basically. You were paying
All
for
the
these loot
angry
crates,
mothers called
and
up,
you
and
would get
Disney's
special
like, "Yo,
boosts.
don't mess with the Disney money. This is Star Wars Disney
Hey
money."
man, I mean,
EA had to eat it real
but
bad.
people are still complaining that they're adding these characters too late in the game. I mean, the game released a while ago.
True,
And
but you
and
know
now they're
it's
releasing Obi-Wan Kenobi as a playable character. Finally, they're releasing who else? Count
Count
Dooku
Dooku.
for sure. I know they're releasing Anakin Skywalker as a playable character,
That's
which
cool.
I'm surprised they didn't have these, like especially Obi-Wan.
Well, they General Grievous was
General
before the
Grievous is
holiday.
awesome, man. But yeah, you got to just play and unlock them. But it's very surreal when you open the menu. You can sort of preview the different taunts because
Oh,
you could customize which taunts you want to use in
oh,
battle.
okay,
And I
okay.
was literally sitting there for like a half hour just going through all the characters and their different taunts, and it's so cool, man. I mean, the vibe you get from this game is just it brings you into Star Wars. Like if you're a Star Wars fan,
Hmm.
this is like right up your alley.
Definitely excited to check that out.
Um,
But yeah, just the issue with us getting together, scheduling wise, has been a little difficult. My job's had me all over the place.
Oh
So
yeah, I mean I'm like basically full-time dad, like working part-time and doing everything I can to live. Sean's working crazy hours in
yeah.
his job. So we get together when we can to do these podcasts for you guys. But ultimately, like I say this every episode, but my backlog of games is like insane.
It is. It's pretty
Between
horrible.
I can't even count Steam because I literally have like 200 games
Hmm.
that I have to sift through and just play.
I mean, the nice thing is like the Switch. I've been a big advocate for it because I actually never plugged that into the hand. I have 2 bases. I bought an extra base to plug in for the home. I don't use either of them. It's pretty much a permanent on the
Handheld.
go system.
Okay.
It's just much more convenient that way, and that's the only reason I've been playing like Dead Cells and Salt and Sanctuary as
Yeah,
much because I take the train in. It's the perfect opportunity to get some gaming in, like a good half
it
hour
is.
each way, and great.
It is.
So I've been a big advocate of the Switch. I know there's some people that have given theirs back because they beat Zelda and that's all they want.
You
But
know, I've been dogging the Switch for quite a while until like they really built up the library of
hmm
games to
and
justify it.
I've been reading some things like a lot of people were like keeping back, and now I think a lot more people are starting to get on board. A lot more, I think, indie
Well,
titles
they're
and stuff I'm reading
releasing
online,
good
and
game after good game.
yeah,
Limited Run Games, I
hmm
know, is taking indie games and putting physical releases on it.
that's
So
true.
you know you gotta love that because like as we were talking about prior to the podcast, you said well we knew that Telltale Games was like
Oh yeah, they're
crapping
Dunzo.
out.
Yeah, man.
They're done, and
But yeah, they had this
they
other
you couldn't
company.
download like
What was it?
any of the games
Skybound.
digitally anymore.
Well, so they yes, I think maybe a week or two ago, all the Walking Dead games that they had, I think even Batman, anything that was Telltale
Terrible,
related,
man.
cannot purchase. So if you own it, you're still able to like re-download them because it's it's in your game
But you can't
library,
purchase it
but
as a
you're unable to
digital new.
purchase it. Right? You
But if
can.
that isn't a testament to like keep physical games around,
I know
what
that's the
is?
biggest thing where it's like, why can't just because this company went down? But I guess it's a matter of who gets the funding after that. I feel like
Yeah, but man, you invest. Let's say you invest just strictly digitally. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Because
Like,
like we use
what do you
stores
do then?
shutting down. Like I feel like them, same thing with. I mean, online games are always a hard sell with that because once they stop putting it up there, like I think the original Battlefront games, I like those, but once they shut down all the online source, like you're only playing single player, it's not as fun.
And you know what I
So
like in this too? Also is Bitcoin and like
yeah,
e-currency and stuff like that.
hmm
I'm like, what are we trading here? Like, give me something tangible. I
yeah. What's
can't
this
put
backed by?
bitcoins in my
Yeah,
pocket. I mean, you know,
my
you,
digital pocket perhaps, but
whatever. Who cares though? Like, I don't like that. You know what I mean?
hmm It is very odd, but
Maybe that's the wave of the future, and I just got to buy in. But I feel like, how hard can you work for tangible cash? I mean, I understand things go in the bank and it's not tangible cash to you then until you
Mhm.
go to the ATM or take a big withdrawal out. But when you don't have tangible legal tender, I feel like it's just monopoly money. I feel
Mhm.
like money's monopoly money. And now you're dealing with like digital currency. Like to
Yeah.
me, anything digital could eventually be hacked, right? So
Seems like.
how many news stories did you hear about Sony getting hacked? Everybody's
Oh yeah,
personal
all the
information
time.
gone.
And not
GameStop,
even just Sony, just even like credit unions and stuff like that, like banks. I
tremendously
get an email like
big
almost every other time,
companies,
just like, oh, this has happened, and we're taking steps. Like it just
right? And then there's
it's the
class
way it is.
action lawsuits, and you're getting like 30 cents. A checks. I got a check from a company for like $1.15, like 6 months after I got an email that my credit card information has been compromised
Mm,
digitally, right? So it's not a balance of power. Like, what's that worth to you?
yeah,
Like, more than $1? Like, my information is in the hands of who knows who, and like, it just, what do you do?
yeah, it's nothing.
Anyway,
You get
go.
your life lock if you want,
I guess is
but
LifeLock gonna get hacked? This
But
is
getting back to the digital stuff, it's the same thing. Or like, what happens when I need, like, your hard drive just craps out? That's a normal thing that can happen. And
problem.
now you have this game that you own. Now you can't access it from the hard drive. And who's to say when the online servers that hold those games that you purchased, that is your property, now you can't access it, and it's done. Same, like I said, with the Wii U start going down. I feel like if you don't have anything on the system right now, there's no way to get it back.
No, sir, I don't like it. I just think
Yeah.
of I just think of the horse from Ren
hmm
and Stimpy. Hmm.
But with the Telltale games, everything is now you can't purchase it, and they still have the final episode, right? Is that what it's called? The Walking Dead final season is what
The final
it's
season
up.
is releases
So
this month. That's
the
correct.
company Skybound, I believe, is who picked up for the last two. Because I think they only did 2 chapters, perhaps. Chapter 3, yeah. So episode 3 is coming out.
Broken Toys.
Yep, 15th of the month,
Yeah,
which
PS4,
should be.
Xbox One, Switch, and PC.
So I think usually they do about 4 or 5 episodes per title. So I've been hearing good clamoring for this one. I have not played this one to the end. I love the original one, so I was looking forward to this one. I was going to pick it up once I heard, because I was leery that Telltale was already having those signs when the game originally was coming out. Like it was, yeah, even though they abruptly shut down, like there was still, I don't know, it was a little iffy. I usually don't like jumping in when there's only like an episode or two.
Yeah.
Like I hate waiting like for that episodic release.
Yeah,
I
but
want
that's
a
how they
few to
stretch their
play.
dollars out, man.
Well, it's not even like you paid for it, so you're gonna get them. But it's like it's almost like watching television weekly, weekly instead of like
Yeah.
binge. Granted, that's like normal television, I guess. But I hate where you're at a pivotal point, and then it's gonna be months,
Next
and
time on
now,
Dragon Ball Z.
but
Dun, dun,
like,
dun, dun,
but
dun.
like think about it. Like think about playing a game where you stop and then you play another game and come back months later and you're like, it's like that Lord of the Rings meme where it's like Gandalf, like, I have no memory of this place.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
pick up the control, like, what? How do I do
What
this?
is
And what just
happening?
happened?
Yeah.
And now you're picking up episode 2, and they do give you a kind of a
Many
quick
TV
flash
shows
of
too,
what
man.
happened.
I have to
Yeah.
rewatch TV shows that
hmm
I've seen like a couple times and I just don't remember characters. I don't remember plot lines. I'm like, what is going on? It's similar to that.
But same thing, like you make these very specific choices that like might piss off a character or kill someone or get someone killed or zombies are
Yeah,
alerted.
yeah.
And like you'll show you some of the choices like in the beginning of the new episode they'll show your previous choices showing, but not all of it. It's not enough that you're
Yeah.
into it. So I didn't like that. So I was gonna wait to purchase it. Now you can't do that. I think I'm gonna end up buying on the PlayStation because I have everything on Steam.
Okay.
So I might get this one because they still have physical copies
That
of the
doesn't
final
bother you, the
season.
inconsistency
No,
of...
it's annoying. I'm gonna be super
It bothers me
Yeah, this is like
wholeheartedly.
this is one of those things where I'm like I'm gonna see it. It's like, oh, I could play my PlayStation over here for this one.
Right.
But either way, I would like to because I did like those games and I feel that I enjoyed the way they did it. I know there was like all this controversial talk about how their system was broken. They were pretty much using the exact same formula to make new games where it's like you need to update with the times. Like you can't just use the same formula every time.
Right.
But with like the storytelling and with the voice acting and the way it interacted, they were fun. Yes, you're pretty much playing the same game where it's like you're tapping this button to close a door.
Right, right.
But I still enjoyed the ride I got from it. So, that's why I don't mind when it was like a little bit cheaper
Enjoy
kind of
the
thing.
ride.
So,
Absolutely. I mean, I get that whole thing, man, but I don't know. I'm not a big, unless I'm watching television or a
mm,
series, I'm not a big episodic game person in terms of playing the same game and have it being broken down into bits and bits and bits.
But it's any other, game is like Final Fantasy
Well, when you
Tactics
have
would be like,
one
could
and
be like
then
Act
two,
1 or,
but there's so many differences between all of them. I mean, I feel like they're not one and the same.
Mhm.
But either way, let's jump. Let's talk about like the January releases. I know it's like today's January 9th, so our podcast will probably release tomorrow or in the range of the next few days. But there's a few games I've been super stoked looking forward to. I have to mention it right away, and
Mhm.
that's Resident Evil 2,
Oh yeah, we've
the
definitely
remake for that.
mentioned this already, but
We did many
yeah,
times
it's
because we're excited.
pre-ordered. It's coming. We cannot wait.
Happening,
It's gonna be the drop everything and play me kind of thing.
I heard there's a demo. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
this week. But I think they
With
give
like
you
a
like
30-minute like end time. I think you
yes,
get 30 minutes to play this game. You
and
can
like
die
one
as many
bullet or
times as
something
you
like
want.
that.
Is that what it
It's
is?
some odd thing like that. It's like where they give you one clip or
Oh,
one bullet,
okay, they give
and you
you,
have
yeah.
to basically like run and just experience the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Because yeah, they don't want you to. You could probably get through a decent amount. Certainly not beat the game in a half hour.
I'm
even
not
if
a
you speed run.
big for titles I'm really excited about. I'm not a big let's do the demo
No.
first guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be surprised. I want to be fully immersed when I pop it in, install it, and then just jump right into it. I don't want to.
Especially a game.
I don't want the door to be
Yeah.
slammed in my face and then I have to wait for the game to come out. I mean, it's cool for certain games, but for this one, for me personally, I'm
Because
gonna
we've
just
already
wait.
played the game. Like this isn't like a new title that we want to maybe get a feel for how it's.
And you know
supposed
why
to go.
they did this too, right? I mean,
As
remember
far as what?
the
Oh,
remake?
why they did? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think we had talked about it.
Somebody put it like a
A
Unreal
sick
Engine 4,
Unreal Engine. They were like
and it was
making
it was awesome, and people were nuts looking for it, and they just wanted it so badly that
Capcom was
Capcom
like,
was like,
hey, let's
no,
yeah,
no.
we could do this ourselves.
Why let them get away
Yeah.
and get the clout?
We've already made our Resident Evil 0 in the first one.
It's sort of
let's go
similar
with
to
this.
the fan Darth Vader film. I want to see that too. Someone made a fan
really?
Darth Vader film of like excellent quality, and they put a lot of time and effort into it. So
Really?
I'm curious about that. But anyway, yeah, that's basically why I think this game came about, is because
Oh, I can absolutely agree with you on that
Yeah,
one.
it was like
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
crowdfund situation or whatever it was, but someone made
They probably were
a
starting to get
remake of
donations.
Resident Evil 2, and it looked
It
awesome.
looked insane,
Yeah.
dude.
And Capcom was like, "We need that Resident
Now,
Evil 2 money,
I'm
baby."
hoping, like, I feel like they've changed some things based on I think the quick gameplay footage that we've seen. Like, what is it, the Nemesis character running
Yeah.
around? Like, it seems like they made him a little bit cooler.
They
It
made
seems like
everything
they've
cooler,
added
dude.
like a lot more of like the
There's so many
liquor,
trailers and updated trailers and different
those
things.
the
and
creatures with
clips.
the tongues that hang from the ceiling. I feel like there's
The
way more
lickers?
of those. Yeah, the lickers. I feel like there's way more of those than I remember there being. And I'm curious if they've taken away like the outside town, because I like the beginning where like you're running through
Yeah.
the streets before you get to
Well,
the police
we'll see.
station.
We'll see what
So
happens.
I'm hoping they leave, or
Resident
maybe
Evil
even add
6
more.
had that vibe a little bit, I felt like.
I didn't play 6 too much. 5 is the
It
one that
got
gets
dogged
the
in
most.
terms of
I
like
think, well, yeah, I was
reviews.
5 had a lot of people dogging it too, and I freaking loved 5. I
I
thought 5
loved
was
it as
great-
a two-player experience.
Absolutely, yes. In
But I
terms
felt
of
like
the lore
it
of
was
Resident Evil,
right. I
yeah.
felt like it was very far removed from
Yeah.
where Resident Evil came from.
Agreed.
That's why I was
Agreed.
like about it. But when we played together,
It
it's
was
awesome
so much
as
fun.
in and
Yeah,
of itself as a game. Yeah, for sure.
they did a good job. I really can't. But 6 seemed more of the same, but apparently it wasn't. I just didn't even pick it up. I remember not hearing any, like, not even, like, 5 had some people saying it was good.
Yeah, it was under the
6,
radar.
I didn't hear like anyone talk anything good about it. So
It was under the
and then
radar.
7
for sure.
was, a whole other story. The
7
VR and
was, like,
stuff. Oh my
spooky,
god,
man.
dude. I loved it.
Spooky.
Like, I'd like to replay that again because I had the VR system and I had a lot of fun. But that's one of those things you need to
I don't
take
know.
it.
For me, with like zombies and stuff,
It's horrifying, dude. You're like jumping
mean,
out of your skin. Ah!
well, here's my point. Ready? I grew up watching zombie movies that were basically made in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
So like these George Romero, like the classics, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Night of the Living Dead and the like, and
Mhm.
Dawn of the Dead, like not the remake, but
Right,
like the
yeah, no, the
original
original.
Dawn of the Dead where they're in the mall. Dawn of the Dead is probably my favorite zombie movie
yeah.
ever. But I like zombies that are sort of like what a zombie's supposed to be, like this mushy brained, disease-ridden undead thing
Yeah,
that
skulking
sort of
about.
slushes around, but they're all coming for your brains and whatnot. And what's that series, that those two zombie films that they
8 weeks
came
later
out.
and stuff.
Yes.
8 days later.
Yes. I liked both of those
But they're
films. But,
the rage virus. Like, oh, please no! Don't ever let this be the thing.
dude, it was
I can
madness.
handle zombies. I can't handle that.
It was it was frightening, and it was like intense, and I liked those films, but I still have a soft spot for those old
yeah.
like clunky. You know, the zombies
Which
are coming.
the
They're
Resident
walking
Evil
into
series
each
gives
other.
you.
They don't know where the hell they are
Yeah.
and why they're there. You know, so you can sort of survive and it not be impossible. You know,
It's manageable, kind of.
yeah, like you survive as long as you have however many bullets you have is how long you're going to survive that situation.
Or if you could just keep them this far
away. You're right. Push them. You know, so fun, man.
That always cracks me up.
Stuff.
That was like, what was it? I think that was the original Night of the Living Dead with the girls like crying at the end.
Oh
just,
yeah.
Like,
dude,
the thing away.
It's so good. But we're going off the rails a little bit. So let's talk more about other titles that are coming out in January.
Yeah.
So we got Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out January 29th.
Not pre-ordering. I was really considering it because I played all of them. I like them. I feel like I'm just gonna wait a little bit. I
feel like it's the Yahtzee of games.
Yeah.
Like you take characters, you put them in a jar, shake them up, whatever comes out is what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was one of the lucky people to get a pre-order of the Pro. So I'm trying to figure out whether or not I'm gonna keep it.
Oh, really?
It's
For the Kingdom Hearts one?
Yeah, the last custom
cool
PS4 Pro. And it sold out within literally an hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I did try to go on before I bought my Pro, and that was that was not even a shot.
But that comes with the standard version of the game. I know,
which is all you need.
Multiple versions where you can get all this extra
and
stuff.
It's nonsense. Like they don't. I feel like nowadays, like you're not getting.
I don't love Kingdom Hearts enough to go crazy and spend $100 on like the Steelbook, and I need the custom, plushy toys that come with the whatever. I'm good on that. I don't need all that. Give me the game. I'll be happy. I'll play it. I'll enjoy it and be done with that. They're releasing in a couple of days Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, which is really a U game.
Oh, right.
That's being ported to the Switch. So I never had a Wii U. I know you have one, or
yeah, Karen has
she has one.
Was it a Wii U title, or was it just was it a 3DS one also?
They did Luigi.
Yeah, I guess it was both. Yeah, I think they must have.
Yeah, well, this one's Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. I know they definitely released
for the Switch,
either the game itself or something similar for the U. So that's coming out January 11th. Also January 11th, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story for 3DS.
I want to check out those games. I feel bad. I think I own one of them where they did a lot of that, where it's like almost like the Paper Mario RPG style thing. But I mean, not Mario RPG style, because that's its own thing. I've been waiting for that to come out. But
hold your breath, bro.
Yeah, we'll leave that. But
hold your breath. Yeah.
But these are like 2D. They're more like the Paper Mario style, and they seem fun. I've heard a lot of good like reviews as far as online chatter about people who play the game, like Sticker Story and all that. Sticker Star Story, whatever. So yeah,
there's a whole cult following for that Paper Mario series.
They were decent games. Don't get me wrong, but it was just
Like my son's hooked on the Mario Odyssey.
Oh yeah,
all he wants to do, dude. 4 years
I mean, it's
old.
fun,
all
dude.
He wants to do, Mario.
You throw that hat and you're now the dinosaur. You're,
it's amazing.
You're the Bullet Bill just flying around.
I beat it with him, but when your child is constantly throwing the console in your face to do all the hardest parts of the game that he can't accomplish.
Yeah, that gets annoying.
I'm like, oh my god, dude, give me something easy. I gotta like defeat Bowser. I gotta do all these things.
Which is funny. I mean, like think about like, a crazy experience, because when we were kids, we weren't like, Dad, come do this. And be like, I don't know what you're doing.
That was like Mario 64 on steroids, is what Mario Odyssey is.
But we were still like kids realistically playing these, even like the NES. Like think about how hard some of those NES games.
You had to learn on
your own. We didn't have people do it.
My
be like,
parents
no,
do that.
Get good, kid.
Yeah, time, man.
Oh man, Karen and her brother are funny with that. With her nephews, for playing like fighting games, like Mortal Kombat or Smash Brothers specifically.
Okay.
Because her nephews will just get like furious when they lose at it.
Did
just
you pick up Smash, the new one?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You
yeah.
like it?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's everything.
I saw videos. I never really got into the original Smash, so I I'm waiting on it.
No, it's totally worth picking
I
up,
know.
man.
I heard.
It's
I
good.
heard. There's so many characters. It looks
It's That's
awesome.
probably the biggest thing. Like I actually didn't even play the main story. There was like an easier way to just unlock everybody because
Okay.
I will play it at some point, but for the most part, when I pick this up, it's to fight people.
Of
That's
course,
pretty
yeah,
much
it's
what
a
it is.
fighter.
Like I have people on the train that like when I'm taking train rides with people, you get like a couple quick like sessions in or
Yeah.
going over other friends' house that have it and just all right, doing a quick smash battle.
Well, for me, that's the key. Is that that particular game is such a
Yes,
group-oriented game where I'm
it's
at the
not
point
a
in
single
life where
player.
like I'm
Yeah,
not inviting like all my
right.
30-year-old friends over to my house to play Smash. I
hmm
mean, me and you will play it, or maybe me and somebody else will play it one day, but it's like a one-on-one situation. Like the real joy of that
They
game.
do let you go online
They
though,
do,
which is
yeah.
nice. But like for instance, like when I go with Karen's family, it's her brother's got it, her nephews all have it. So
But
chances
the
are
point
during the
is to
holidays, you're
sit
just
as a
yeah,
group and enjoy it as a
absolutely,
crowd
and just
in
beat the
front on a
children.
couch and just having a blast with it, like the old 007
Oh
GoldenEye
yeah,
days.
yeah, yeah.
Like that was the
The
joy of
couch
that
co-op,
game.
yeah, was fantastic. But it's just one of those things where it's adult life. Like I'm sure kids that are in high school or in like more where you pretty much don't have anything else
I'm
going
sure
on but
they
to be able to
sold
hang
the
out.
hell out of that game.
Yeah,
I didn't look at the numbers, but I could only
it
imagine.
was. Yeah, people were clamoring like
I'm
crazy
sure
for
they're
it.
doing esports and whatnot with that. But either
Maybe.
way,
Yeah, I don't know.
there's a couple other things coming out this month. Life is Strange 2, Episode 2,
Hmm.
Rules. So that's coming out. I never got into Life is Strange. I know Ace Combat 7 is coming out, which to me is up my alley. I like different
I've never
vibes
played
to
any of those. Those
games.
always seem pretty cool.
Like
Those
I
titles.
pick up racers sometimes just to mess with it. Like I know in February I know a dirt rally game is coming out. Let me see what it is.
Dirt Rally.
Dirt Rally 2.0, which is a game that released for PS4. I don't know if it was for Xbox also, but I know PS4 got it. I've been
Hmm.
looking for it. I don't want to pay what it's technically worth right now, but I'll just
Yeah.
get the 2.0. But it looks like really cool, real rally, like you're driving in
Hmm.
mountains and woods, and you're doing a rally course, and you're racing and doing different things. So I like that as a change up to what we normally do.
Okay.
Tales of Vesperia is coming out for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, which I was surprised for some reason, and PC as well. Also January 11th. So I don't know if you played that for Xbox 360, but this is like an updated version, the
Hmm.
definitive quote unquote version of Tales of Vesperia. I did
Okay.
play the 360 version. Tons of fun to be had if you like RPGs and that like anime look to it.
Hmm.
Um,
They were cool story kind of game. I couldn't stand the combat after a while. All the
yeah,
Tales games, they just were all the same. Like I feel like you're either into that style or you're not, and I just maybe I didn't give it enough of a shot, but I feel like I have so much other things that I
I
have to
think
play
since
that
this
it's
definitive edition is coming out, I don't know what the price point is. I don't know if it's like one of those 39.99.
mm,
Let's check right now so we're accurate. So Tales of Vesperia definitive edition.
definitive.
Oh, everything's
Oh
definitive
my
these
god,
days. Yeah, 49.99. So it's like a $10 knockoff because it is a previously released game, so they hook
the
you up a
least they
little
can
bit
do.
there. The least they can do.
Yeah,
I'm surprised it's not 39.99,
yeah.
but it is a deep game. There's lots to be done, and it's well done. So I'm
Mm,
not disappointed with that price point. I think I'm okay with
yeah.
49.99.
How
But
about Anthem's coming out in February?
it is,
Anthem's
man.
coming out in
I
February.
didn't pre-order
I
it
did.
yet. Did you?
Yep, I did that.
It
I've
looks
only
sick, bro.
besides Resident Evil 2, I've pre-ordered Anthem.
Who did Anthem? Is it Bungie?
Yeah, yeah, BioWare.
Oh, okay.
BioWare. So yeah, this is. I mean, there's a
Oh,
lot.
Bungie did
There's
no.
that's Halo and stuff. But
Yes. No, I know. But what else?
Destiny.
Destiny. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
But no. These this is definitely the game that this company needs to do well, or they're probably shutting down, which
Well,
is horrible to even think of,
well,
considering
I
all the
mean,
great
it
stuff
kind of
they've done.
has the look that
Yeah, they could. It could be
that
amazing.
well,
I hope so.
it can go either way. Like
I know it can.
Titanfall 2 sort of looks like this game to me. And if you've ever played it, it's one of those wall runners where you're jumping in a
Hmm.
mech and you're shooting and it's chaos. I enjoyed it. I didn't beat the game, but I put enough time into
This
it
doesn't
where
seem so much like you're getting out of the mech to do things, at least unless maybe they've added some things in the game. I feel like the mechs are the whole thing. Like maybe you go to town and
I
walk around
in
to like,
terms of
upgrade it.
Anthem, all I really heard was the initial. I saw the initial teaser
Right.
trailer,
At
and
E3.
maybe yeah,
Hmm.
and maybe one or two trailers after that, but nothing recent. I know it's coming,
Yeah,
but
I saw a couple things, but it seems it really depends on how big the worlds are able to be. It seems like you're able to just fly around
it's
and do
about
wacky
replay
stuff.
value, man. I
Yeah,
mean, will it stand the
like
test of
I hope
time?
it's not a complete grind of getting weapons and upgrade parts and stuff. I hope they make it more fun, but it's
Is
tough
it
to say.
multiplayer?
Yeah,
But how many
that's
people though?
I think at least 4.
Okay.
So I don't know what the max is, but it seems like a group of like a squad of 4.
Well, that's the thing. Are you squatting up and you're doing all these missions,
Yeah, it's
or
a bit of that. Yeah.
is it like an arena type?
No, I think it's like I think it's the world exists, and I think people can pop in and out if
Okay.
you want them to, which a bunch of games
You know
are
what I mean, right?
similar
Like
to that.
a linear story where
Yeah,
like you could jump in like a
I
Gears
think it's
4.
like I think it's like a missions kind of thing, not so much like a storyline. I feel like it's like you're on this quest from someone in town, sort of MMO-ish,
Okay.
but more story driven in that sense. Like this is the story, but anyone can jump in if they're on it, kind of deal.
Yeah, I got to learn up on that. I got to
Yeah.
see what's going on with
But Days
Anthem.
Gone, I think in April maybe. That was
Yeah,
the
dude.
zombie biker.
Yeah.
That game looks outstanding.
That
I've been
looked
waiting for that
cool.
one for a while. They keep pushing that one back, but I'm
But
hoping they stick to
that's
April.
another one. We've been there before, like, Dead Island and these different zombie
Dude,
games.
speaking of Dead Island 2, like the official 2, still no release date. Like that, I feel like that
Wow.
game has had the worst luck as far as like I feel like they keep like it's almost like
It's receiving the
it's
Final
become
Fantasy VII
I was
remake
saying it's more like the StarCraft Ghost
treatment.
treatment where it's like they just
Okay.
keep like rebooting it, different people
Oh, I
coming
was
in.
so stoked for
I
StarCraft
know.
Ghost, man.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do something. Blizzard's got to like
Yeah, I
shake
don't
it
think
up and
so.
just do it.
I feel
If
like
they
that's
do,
probably
I would
the
put
biggest
money on
money
it
pit.
right now. I will put money on it right now that if they ever did StarCraft Ghost, that it's going to be a mobile game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel it. You know what I
Oh,
mean? If it ever goes
yeah.
that route, mobile
But it'll
game.
be whatever. I can't even talk. That's terrible.
It is terrible
Yeah.
for North Americans, but on the worldwide scale,
I guess.
people worldwide love
Mm-hmm.
and
I know.
competitively play
I know.
mobile
And
games,
sync
and which
money.
is
I have
a
coworkers
mind
do the
blower
same
for
thing
me.
where
I've
it's
always
just
been a console and
these.
PC guy.
Oh,
I don't even play like regular mobile games that
yeah.
are like
I have like the Final Fantasy Tactics iOS, which really isn't that much fun because it's all touchscreen. I'm like, this isn't
right, like when
good.
you have the thumb pad, like the D-pad is like
No, it's
a
all
translucent
touch.
thing
It's
on the
not even
screen.
that. It's like you're trying to maneuver it's horrible. I'm
It's
like, I don't know
painful.
why I bought this. I wish I knew this is
I
what I
feel
was
like it's
getting
so
into.
far from the roots of
Yeah.
what gaming was,
Mhm.
but I don't know, man. Maybe it's just a sign of the times. This is what it is. Like they keep making better and better phones, so naturally they're gonna
Right.
make better games for the better phones. So it probably is the wave of the future, but I hope consoles stick around for the long run, man, because look at what's going on in this generation. How many amazing, groundbreaking games have there been in
Mm.
this generation? Like I know they're coming out with the PS5, etc., and then another Xbox console probably to match that at some point.
Yeah, that'll be much later.
With
I
like
imagine.
insane processing power where they're going to combat PCs and stuff, but it's a whole nother conversation. Either way, thank you for joining us.
Yes, absolutely.
For this second simulcast that we're doing. We're doing a video podcast as well as the traditional audio you can hear on iTunes. We're debating of whether or not we want to throw it onto like SoundCloud and different things.
Yeah.
I know that the Apple podcasting app is what people usually go to for their podcasting needs. So you'll definitely find us on the podcasting app. And we're going to keep doing these video casts, man. We enjoy it. We have a blast. There's so much to talk about. So many good games to come up this year, like Anthem in February.
Yep.
What else is coming out in February? So many things, dude. Far Cry New Dawn, I heard, is coming out. That Dirt Rally 2.0, which I like. I mean, I know there's people that like other games like God Eater 3. I don't know. I've never played God Eater 2, but I know it was like one of those under the radar games that people really enjoyed. Metro Exodus, February 15th.
Crackdown 3. I'm not a fan of those, but
I'm not either, but
they were always visually crazy looking. It kind of seemed like
it's one of those Xbox
like a
exclusives that
all
either
right.
love it or hate it.
That's true. I feel like if you're on Xbox, like that's like what you're you're hoping
I
for
won't
because
be
that's all
playing.
you're
I mean,
getting.
it is what it is.
It's all you're getting.
Well, a lot of these Xbox One exclusives do come out for PC because it's still Microsoft.
Right.
So it's not like there's no hope, but there's that and Anthem.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. You think Anthem's gonna release when it's supposed to?
I think so at this point. I think,
You think
it's
gonna
pretty
happen?
close.
They're not gonna push it back in the 11th hour.
It's within the month and a half. Like it's pretty close. I feel
Probably
like
would have
for them
heard
to
about
do
it being pushed off by now.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm curious if this is going to be a game though that you need a sick PC for it to be the uber greatest, or is the PS4 is going to be some lower resolution. I don't know, but that's what I'm getting for. I'm getting for the PS4. I'm not upgrading my PC right now.
Well, in terms of the resolution, I mean, not everybody has a PC that can handle like these crazy reses and frame rates that these games put out. So I do like the fact that consoles are usually, or the versions of the games on consoles are the most stable. Like you're never gonna have frame rate issues on a console. Like they dial it back on purpose so it's nice and stable. So I do like that in terms of streaming and stuff. No frame rate losses ever usually.
Well, I guess when you're running someone's $9,000 PC, you're getting this amazing looking thing. So
sick 4K experience.
It becomes a thing where it's like this is the way it really should be, and that's what they've been pumping like visually and on like their the trailers, and then what you get is like this isn't what I was looking at before. But we'll see. I don't want to put any.
I think the industry has learned hopefully from situations.
I don't know. I feel like they're still gonna try.
Yeah.
Because again, this is like their Hail Mary. Like we need this to succeed.
No more releasing. Game industry. No more releasing incomplete games. Stop that.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no problem waiting. There's so much stuff that comes out.
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly.
Do it right. Do it right.
I have a backlog. I'll catch up and then play when it comes out. Like, come on.
Exactly right. All right, guys. Peace and love, man. Fiji Boys out.
Indeed.
Are you just jealous? 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 Cause we're the VG boys. Yeah. Are you just jealous? 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 Cause we're the VG boys.